Hey everybody, with 5 days remaining to the 2.1 release, we are now getting a Myriad Celestia featuring Acheron as the main character, so it is time to give it a little bit of a watch and see what it is all about. Slash.
Do you still remember why Izumo
Who is narrating that? Oh, here she comes! Here's the girl!
Because in times past, when the Yao Yorozu no Kami descended here, they wrought death and disaster on this world and its people.
She has horns!
To save the world,
oh gee, horned
Izumo
Acheron!
splintered 70,033 blades and forged them into the 12.
Isn't this the CD from Sparkle's trailer?
The first was truth.
1 to
forged by the
1?
sovereign of
Oh,
Revelation.
okay.
It could teach mortals
Action
the way of the law
anime.
and create miracles from the deconstruction of all things. The second was sky, forged by
Looks
nature.
pretty cool.
It could form a barrier. from
Very
the
black
field,
swan hand grabbing you.
innumerable gods of misery from passing through.
Gods of misery.
The third was Howl, able to summon lightning to rend the heavens, and meteors to rain down.
A sword slashing a snake, that's a bit familiar.
Able to break earth and tear cloud with biting wind and rain.
Wind.
The fifth was frost, freezing the land in an instant. The sixth was fate, the restless cycle of life and death.
Interesting that the blade's
Then
flower
there
is
was
in the
flare,
cycle of death.
thought, root, form, bind, maw. With those sentinels, we
Collect
seized
them
on
all.
tomorrow's expectation, winning victory after victory, until
all of them were broken.
No anime
The
swords?
price of every victory.
No
was the
shiny
world
anime
in its
swords?
entirety. And in
The world in its entirety was the price for this victory.
And so Izumo splintered 12 sentinels and forged them into 2 bearers. The first was
12 swords down to 2. This is Acheron's sword.
end.
Okay, this is definitely not her sword.
The
It's just a
world
bit too big for her, I
forged
think.
70,047
Just a little.
blades, and only one could save Izumo. But you and I both know the road to salvation does not exist. There is no trace of tomorrow.
That's a cool scene.
Resisting the Kamigami, humanity will eventually
Funky
become
guys. Little homunculi type of enemy.
everything, all for the destruction of 2 worlds.
She slices. She dices the big sword.
Takamagahara, upon which the Kami descended, was surely as beautiful as Izumo.
Oh wait, upon which Takamagahara.
So, do you still
Takamagahara
remember
was
Izumo
destroyed
forged
before
its
Izumo as
blades?
well, so it was not the enemy of
because of a
Izumo.
lie, an end that never existed.
The end never existed.
Wei Long
What is
since
this?
rode into
Black
their
Sun?
shadow,
X? Is this X?
each step forward one that we can never walk.
She's pulling the sword out of her...
Until the
She's
last
not
blade
pulling it out of her chest. She's... Okay, I was fooled. I was fooled. For no reason. She lost her horns! She lost her horns! Horns! What is happening? Is this X? Is this Takamagahara above Izumo? There are crimson flowers floating towards
I
the
knew
black
this world was
hole.
fleeting.
Everything's sucked in.
And yet,
And yet...
yet.
And yet? And yet what? It just gives us more questions. Was this X? Oh, let me go over this. First of all, who is narrating this? Is this her old companion? Somebody from Izumo? Second, it's quite interesting, but her blood seems to be forming the crimson flowers. At least it is similar to crimson flowers we see later that become a large part of her identity as Acheron, who we know in the present. Yeah, this part. This looks so similar to what we saw in Sparkle's trailer. Let me compare. Yeah, not all of Metropolis look the same. You have to learn how to distinguish them, but both are cities of neon light, and they both have this clear traditional Japanese aesthetics. Of course, they're just as likely to be two completely different cities. It is just a bit uncanny that we got those two Myriad Celestias back to back. They were one after another. And Hoivas is not known for repeating themselves. They usually have very separate identities for each world they introduce to us, so that's just a little bit weird. Just a little bit weird. The fourth thing that captured my attention was this display of very colorful, fun designed swords, and then all colors reduce themselves to black and white and red. This color palette of despair. But the fifth, of course, is that I think those swords might be references to Honkai III, which I haven't watched, so shocks. And the fifth point is that indeed this lightning sword that we previously see slashing and dashing the snake doesn't it seem to belong to Acheron. That's the hand we see here. So very in line with her lighting lord, lighting Arconaron identity. She does have this previous affinity with lighting rather than the blood that she seems to be doing now. Seventh point that I found really interesting, Takamagahara, which so far has been the main villain in the Izumo story, have been victims in the past as well, and perhaps were overridden by those murderous entities that came from somewhere. Those funky looking homunculus guys fumbling and tumbling.
An end that never existed.
Eighth, what is this all about? The end that never existed. Is this the black hole in the sky? Is this Ix overseeing this? Is this the eclipsed planet? It is so in the sky. Essentially, I'm very confused at this point. The end never existed. The situation never existed. The Acheron never as in her. Did it happen because of Ix? The universal in the series, the black hole really exists. The Ix was a very rich and made Acheron. And after she tried to the end. What a tragic moment here that we see the birth of Acheron's final version 3 final sword not, and also the moment she lost her horns. We could have had it all. And finally, what is this? The slash of Acheron creates this cranberry soul situation around the dark planet, I guess, of Takamagahara, and covers Izumo. Is this what eclipses Izumo, making it disappear from the universe? Did Acheron cause the disappearance of Izumo with this slash? But then there are crimson flowers that flow towards the black sun, Takamagahara, and those flowers are related to the story of Ix. So is this because of Acheron? Or did the Eon of Nihility cause those disasters? I wish to know. In any case, as always, thank you for watching. How did you enjoy Acheron's trailer? Let me know in the comments. Hope you have a grand old time, and bye-bye.